We are back with another rankings episode. The first round is over. Get all those losers out of here. Better luck next year. Have fun in Cancun. Now we really get to start to narrow down who are the best teams, who has a legitimate chance at winning the title this year. I'm NBA Nightman. Let's go. Our first tier has 3 teams in it. Now these teams are obviously pretty good. They won a playoff round already, so congrats to them. We know they can hang a little bit, but I think they had a pretty easy first round opponent and their competition level is about to jump up a ton. First up are the Los Angeles Lakers. No Luka, no problem, right? I have to stop underestimating LeBron James, even though he's 41 years old. What he's doing at this age has zero comparison. It's never been done before. It never will be done again. It's unbelievable what he's doing. It's probably not being talked about enough. He completely controlled the series against the Rockets. He averaged more points, rebounds, assists, and steals than he did in the regular season. Just when you think this guy is starting to slow down, he keeps proving time and time again he still has some left in the tank. He led the Lakers and the Rockets in points and assists. It cannot be understated how insane that is when he's going against guys who are 20 years younger than him. And Şengün didn't outscore or out-assist him is baffling to me, especially when Amen averaged 44 minutes per game. He basically played every minute of the series and still couldn't put up LeBron's numbers. But Bron showed again, he can play with almost anyone in the league and still win at least one playoff round. He was able to get just enough from his role players to get past Houston. And it all started in game 1. Kennard hit 5 threes and put up 27 points against this Houston defense that we all thought was really good. And then Smart puts up 25 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals in game 2. And then basically recreates that performance in game 3. And puts up 20 and 10 to go with 5 steals again. And so the reason I have this team so low on this list is because we don't really know when Luka's coming back. The reports are saying he's not even running yet, so he's probably not even playing in round 2. And as awesome as this Lakers story has been, and as great as LeBron has started in these playoffs, I think it's about to come to a screeching halt against the Thunder. They got absolutely smashed against that team in the regular season. They lost by an average margin of 29 points. They basically turned into a lottery team when they played OKC. It wasn't even close. They're going to need a lot of luck and a ton of Luka magic if they think they can pull off this upset. The next team in the bottom tier, the Detroit Pistons. Listen, this team barely scraped by in the first round. They barely scraped by the Orlando Magic, a team we thought was dead a couple of weeks ago. They didn't even seem like they wanted to play in the play-in, much less the playoffs. I don't know if that says more about the Magic or the Pistons, but either way, it is not a good sign. 1 versus 8 seeds usually don't go 7 games, and the 1 seed usually does not have to come back from the 3-1 deficit. Good thing this team employs Cade Cunningham. He is the only reason they won this series. Dude put up 32, 7, and 6 and shot 40% from 3. He was essentially the entire offense. If he wasn't on the court, good luck to everyone else. And he's doing all this coming off a collapsed lung. He's literally running on fumes, sucking in carbon dioxide, willing his team to wins. And he saved their season in game 5, posting up 45 points and hitting all 14 of his free throw attempts. The way he can get to a spot is kind of becoming Shea-like. His body control and the way he can slightly get his defender off balance in order to get his shot up has become very special. And his assist numbers doubled the next closest teammate. He averaged 7 on the series, and Asar Thompson was next with 3. He essentially determines every single possession for Detroit. Tobias Harris did just enough to get them over the hump as well. His steadiness in Game 7 showed having some experience on your team pays dividends in the playoffs. He dropped 30 points and 5 threes on the night. If K was off the floor or too tired to get a shot up, Tobias did a great job of getting to the post and hitting his turnaround jump shots. This team is also going to need Jalen Duren to wake up if they want to go anywhere. After putting up 20 and 11 during the season and being considered for all NBA teams, he barely mustered 10 points and 9 rebounds in this series. He needs to get his confidence back ASAP. We knew this entire season that this team needed to make a trade at the deadline, but they didn't budge. They kind of reminded me of OKC a couple of years ago when they were the number 1 seed. They also needed to make a trade but didn't do it, and then they ended up losing to the Mavericks in the second round. That might happen to the Pistons this year. There's just gaps on this team that are going to be harder and harder to fill as the playoffs go on and they get deeper and deeper in their run. Cade better get some rest because he's going to have a lot of work to do. The last team in the bottom tier, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, it took this team a little bit longer than most people expected, but they did make it through to round 2. In one of my previous videos where I predicted the winners of round 1, I did say Cavs in 7, but I am wrong a lot, so you never know. And unfortunately, that kind of proved me right. I think this team has a lot of pieces that have had individual success, but they don't really feel like a team quite yet. And that's hard to do when you make a major trade in the middle of the season. You give up Garland for Harden. That's a pretty bold move, and we'll see if it pays off. And Donovan Mitchell had a pretty below average series when you consider all of the awesome playoff moments we've seen from him. He's usually taking over in big games and putting up huge scoring numbers, but he only averaged 23 points in this series on 21 shots. If he can get back to his efficient ways, this team's trajectory gets a lot higher. I think he's trying to let Harden and Mobley get more shots up, which is fine, but when it's his turn to get buckets, he's got to do it more effectively. Harden played pretty well, especially considering he's getting up in age a little bit. He's 36 after all, but he put up 21, 6, and 5 against Toronto, and his assists to Mobley and Allen really helped those guys get going. If he can be a pure point guard and limit his turnovers, I really think it'll help this team's identity. And it'll probably get them more comfortable on offense. So this team as a whole feels like it should be better than they played in round 1. Strus shot over 40% from 3. Mobley had his typical 19 and 9. And Allen had a 20-20 game basically in game 7. I love Jalen Tyson. I love Dennis Schroeder. Dean Wade coming off the bench. These are great role players. The pieces are there for this team. It's just going to be a matter if they can put them together in time. Okay, first tier done. Time for the second tier. We also have 3 more teams in this spot. And these are guys that I think if like 1 or 2 things break the right way, we really could see these teams possibly make the finals and maybe win it. And all 3 of them had really impressive first round victories. They all have a lot of momentum heading into the second round. And so the first team on this tier are the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jane McDaniels talked that and backed it up. He called out the entire Nuggets team, Jokic, Jamal, Aaron Gordon. They all sucked on defense. And he proved everybody how right he was. He ended their season in Game 6 with 32 and 10. There have not been many cases where a player has called out an entire team, literally gone down and listed their entire squad one by one, naming every single person, and still getting the dub. He is officially in the Trash Talker Hall of Fame. First ballot, no questions asked, the inner ring, an automatic qualifier. And Ayo Dosunmu stepped up big time. He averaged 22 points a game in this series after only putting up 14 during the season. That included a career high 43 points off the bench in Game 4. He was 13 for 17 from the floor and shot a perfect 5 for 5 from 3. Without that game, this series might go another way. He was a huge trade deadline pickup, someone who can generate their own offense when things start to stall out a little bit. And we have to give a shout out to Terrence Shannon Jr. He was supposed to have a bigger role this season, but foot injuries kept him off the court for a lot of it. But he got the start in Game 6, put up 24 points. His athleticism is off the charts. It reminds me a little bit of Ant when he first got into the league, just exploding to the rim whenever he can. And also their big man lineup is going to be interesting to watch going forward. With Nas, Randall, and Gobert all on the floor, this team has so many opportunities to grab offensive rebounds and keep possessions alive. They had a 64-40 advantage in points in the paint, and a 50-33 advantage in rebounds when they were all on the court together. Not to mention their defense was on a championship level during the series. The Nuggets scored less than 100 points 3 times in those 6 games, and during the regular season, that only happened twice. Only twice did they score under 100 points. And it sucks because reports are saying Ant's probably going to miss a majority of round 2, if not the entire series. So I probably would have had them ranked a little bit higher if he was playing, but without their guy, without their superstar, they can only go so high. The next team in this tier, the Philadelphia 76ers. Who would have thought? Congrats on getting past Boston, especially a Game 7 on the road. That's a game that Boston always wins, a game that Philly always loses, but not this year. This year is different. Their pieces are getting healthy all at the right time. They just took down the 2 seed. They have a legitimate chance to make it out of the Eastern Conference. And Embiid just put up a 28, 9, and 7, just 3 weeks removed from getting his appendix taken out of his body. That's crazy. That's a superhuman performance from him. The Boston front line had 0 answers for him. Queta, Garza, they got disposed of. This dude was untouchable in all 4 games he played in this series. They even tried Jaylen Brown on Embiid, but nothing worked. He got to wherever he wanted on the court, and he led the team in assists, finding his teammates in all the right places. And Tyrese Maxey played like the All-NBA guard he has been all season long, putting up 27 points, 6 assists, and shot 42% from 3 in this series. Going into this, you would have thought Derek White, he's going to be able to keep up with Maxey, but Tyrese was just too young, too quick, too smooth. He could drive by any player the Celtics put on him. It was a real coming up performance from this young point guard. Speaking of guards, my lord VJ Edgecombe. Hard to believe this guy's a rookie the way he played in Game 7. He had 23 points and 5 threes. He hit so many big shots down the stretch when it seemed like Boston was on their way to their comeback. I don't see any other rookies doing what he's doing right now. And to have Paul George as a tertiary option, are you kidding me? He looks super comfortable, very healthy since he came back. He's in the perfect place, being able to play off two other superstars, so he's able to pick his spots whenever he's feeling it. What an awesome option to have in your back pocket. This could be the beginning of something special in Philly. We've always said the if word about this team. If Embiid is healthy, if PG is healthy, if Maxey can reach his potential. Well, all of these questions are finally getting answered. The last team in this tier, the New York Knicks. Now, they were my preseason pick to come out of the East, and I still don't have any reason to believe they can't do that. Even when the series was tied 2-2 with Atlanta, I don't know, I just like New York's talent a lot more than everyone else's. A reliable point guard, two wings who can guard the other team's best two players, like regardless of position, it doesn't matter who else is on the floor, and a big man in Cat who can literally just shoot the ball from anywhere. I don't know, I just like the formula, I like the fit, I like the way this team was built. And Jalen Brunson had an off series, and he still put up solid numbers against the Hawks with 26 and 6 a night. He's also been so good in the clutch the past couple of years. He's easily top 5 in the league in terms of who I want with the ball in their hands at the end of the game with the shot clock winding down. He's so good at getting to a spot no matter who's on him. And OG had one of his best playoff series ever. He averaged 21 and 9 on 61% from the floor and 57% from 3. Those are all really significant increases compared to his regular season numbers. He was dominating whoever was guarding him and really found his stroke from the three-point line. He's become a solid offensive option if Brunson starts to go cold a little bit. And even though Cat's taken a little bit of a backseat in the offense, he has been really efficient. He's not even attempting 10 shots a game in the playoffs, but he's still putting up 19 a night. He's basically been the Knicks' stopgap, like their failsafe if their possessions get stale. He doesn't mind putting up shots with limited amount of time on the clock, and he's also been pretty aggressive at driving the ball. He's averaging almost 2 more free throw attempts than he did in the regular season. He's just bulldozing his way and getting his shot up in any way he can. This team has all the makings of a contender. They made the conference finals last year, so they had the experience, and obviously they're gelling at the right time. They just whooped Atlanta's ass in Game 6, winning by 51 points. So all the pieces are clearly falling into place. I'm really excited to watch the series against the Sixers. I think it's going to be really competitive and really close, and I cannot wait to see who comes out on top. Okay, last here, and you already know who's in here. These two teams have been head and shoulders above the rest of the league for months and months now. It's going to take a lot of firepower, strategy, skill, luck, you name it, to beat one of these teams and kick them out of the playoffs. They have superstars, they have depth, they both rolled in round one, only losing one game between them. And we'll start with that one team that did lose the one game, the San Antonio Spurs. If Wemby can stay healthy, there's no reason this team cannot win at all. But we've got to hope he can navigate the next couple of months without anything major happening. After the concussion in Game 2, he had to sit out Game 3. And the Spurs only went 1-1 in those matchups. So there is some vulnerability, obviously, if he is not able to suit up. But when he does play, he is probably the best player in the world. He averaged 21 points, 9 boards, and 4 blocks while only playing 28 minutes a night versus the Blazers. Imagine if he can get to 33 minutes. Instead of winning by just 10, this team would be wiping the floor with their competition. There's just no one else in the league like Wemby. He's the most skilled 7-footer the game has ever seen, and it's not even remotely close. Being able to hit these pull-up threes and jumpers at his size is genuinely unfathomable unless you see it with your own eyes. And defensively, you might as well be playing against Godzilla. Good luck getting any kind of shot up against this guy. Danny Avdija shot 51% on his drives during the regular season, a major reason for his breakout year, being able to finish or get to the line at least. And against Wemby in the first round, he was only at 35%. It's just not going to happen against this guy. He can cover too much ground. And if the Spurs' two young guards play like they did against the Blazers, especially shooting well from 3, the sky is the limit for this team. Castle and Harper shot 40 and 50% from the three-point line, after only shooting 33 and 34% during the regular season. This opens up so much room for the offense to flow. Now the defenses can't sag off of them and stick 2 around Wemby. They can't go under screens. It makes this offense so much harder to keep up with. And that will be a game changer if they can keep that up. This team was on a roll to end the regular season, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. And the last team, it should be obvious by now, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Listen, it's pretty simple really. They have the best player on the best team. Shea is the MVP on the team that won the most regular season games. He put up 34, 8, and 4 on 67% true shooting percentage. That's higher than what he shot in the regular season, which is going to win him the MVP. And that's against the Suns defense that was 9th in defensive rating during the regular season. So it's not like there's some pushover. And we've got to talk about his Game 3 performance. He shot 15 for 18. He was 11 for 12 on free throws. He put up 42 points like it was a walk in the park. He is literally a machine right now. We have never seen someone this efficient from the mid-range in NBA history. Now, what about their other superstar guard? J-Dub only played 2 games during the first round before suffering that grade 1 hamstring strain, but reports are saying he should be back during the series against the Lakers. And if he returns to looking like he did before he left, this team really might be unbeatable. He was averaging 21, 5, and 4 on 60% from the floor and 50% from 3. He was attacking the basket, and he could not miss from beyond the arc. It was a good reminder how special he was during last year's playoff run, and how he can make this team even better. He was a plus 19 when he was on the floor during his 2 games against the Suns. And Chet was awesome as well. He averaged more blocks and steals during the Suns series than the regular season. He put up 2 blocks and 1.3 steals a game. He is the backbone to this squad and can virtually guard every position 1 through 5. It does not matter. A trait almost no one else in the league can achieve. It sucks for him that he's playing at the same time as Wemby, or this guy would win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards, no question. It feels like everyone on this team is able to take it up a notch during the playoffs, and that's what great teams and great players are able to do. Listen, we underestimated LeBron and the Lakers against the Rockets, but this is a whole different animal entirely. Like I already said, they got crushed during the regular season. I don't see how this is going to be anything different. This Thunder team is just a juggernaut. They're going to be in the conference finals. And those are the rankings. Comment right now. Let me know how wrong I am about your team. I would love to debate a Lakers fan on why they think they're going to beat the Thunder. That would be really fun. Please subscribe. Peace.